Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Monday. We are now 5 days out from the Tampa Pro. Tomorrow I leave for Tampa on a 5 a.m. flight. So I'm just going to walk you through my entire week going into this Tampa Pro, starting with everything that I'm packing. I'll bring you through my whole travel experience, everything I'm doing, getting ready for the competition on Friday. But let's just start out with everything that I'm bringing with me, starting with food. Since competing on Friday night, obviously I went and had sushi, then I was right back to plan the next day. Going right back into depletion, the same foods I was eating at the beginning of my peak week for last competition is what I'm eating now. So up until Wednesday, I'm depleting. Thursday, I will carb load, and Friday, I will step on stage. Makes it super easy. I know exactly what I need to bring with me. I know exactly what my meals are. So starting with tomorrow's travel day, I'm meant to get in around 2 or 3 o'clock, but you know how airports are, you know how travel is. Never know what's gonna happen, so I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna bring every single meal with me for the day on that flight, just in case anything happens. Starting with meal one, I've got my egg whites, spinach, and egg. What I did here was I just blended up all the ingredients. I put it into a silicone mold, and I baked these little egg white squares. This way I'm not stinking up the entire plane by cutting into egg whites. This will just make it easy to pop in my mouth, eat with no mess. Meal two, I've got my smoked salmon and asparagus. There's no getting around that. I'm gonna be the most hated person on the plane, but gotta do what you gotta do. Meal three, hopefully I will be there by this point to have my pre-workout meal, my cream of rice, peanut butter, and protein drip sludge on there. I've got my cod, my hummus fit cod. I've also ordered my hummus fit to the house, but just in case, I'm gonna bring it with me. Everything else, just in case. So I've got my shrimp and asparagus, and then I've got my steak. For Wednesday, I made my egg whites because I'm not gonna eat egg whites any other day there, so I thought I would just bring it with me. That way I don't have to get it from the store. A pack of salmon in the freezer because I will be eating a lot of that smoked salmon even on my carb up day on Thursday. More cod, more steak, more asparagus, just in case. When I get there, I will still need to get some of my carbs. For Thursday, I will need some pineapple, but this pretty much covers all of my protein for those days. Of course, we've got lots of rice cakes. For show day, I've got all my Pop-Tarts, all my Rice Krispie treats. We've also got Flavor Gang cream of rice. I'm bringing the peanut butter and crackberry, the Biscoff strawberry wafer, because I will be doing lots of cream of rice. I've got my peanut butter. I'm gonna bring this little whisk for my cream of rice, my baby spoon that I can't live without, and then these are perfect for the airport. It's a spoon, fork, and knife all in one. TSA approved. We also have some protein powder, just the Mutant Iso Surge chocolate protein powder. I've got some pump formula, all in full stim pre from Mutant. I'm not sure if I'll be doing caffeine or not. That way I brought both options. Of course, my Mutant BCAAs and creatine for the couple days I'll be training while I'm there. I've got some coconut water for carb up day and show day. I've got some nighttime tea to help me sleep if nerves are really high, and also this smooth move tea. If you know, you know. If you gotta go to the bathroom and you can't, this will clear you out. Got all of my supplements in here separated by day and time for each meal. I've got my jewelry scale to measure out my salt. I'll be bringing these containers, and then I've also got some salt coming from Amazon today. Lastly, I will be bringing both a food scale and a weight scale. And that is pretty much all of my food and kitchen supplies that I will need. We are gonna be staying in an Airbnb, so there will be a full kitchen setup, but this just covers all of my bases. All right, and for everything I'm packing in my suitcase, it's pretty simple. It helps that I just competed, so I know everything that I'll need for the week. But starting with the most important, obviously, my competition bag pretty much. I've got my suit for Prejudging. It's just a plain purple suit. And then I'm bringing both my pink and purple suit for show day. It'll be a decision I make on a whim, I guess. And then I'm obviously bringing my practice posing suit, which will pretty much be strapped to me all week because I will be sending check-in photos and just pretty much posing and looking at myself between like every meal. So I'll have that on. And then of course, I've got my little hair cap for when I get tanned. I've got my glue and I've got my earrings. Pretty simple for show day. That's all I have to worry about. I do believe I'll be doing my own tan this time. I've ordered a pro tan kit to the Airbnb, so hopefully that'll be there. And then outfits, I've brought a bunch of my like button down jerseys because like I said, I'm gonna be slipping in and out of my bikini all day, so this just makes it super easy. And then when I do get tanned up, these are great cover-ups. I've got lots of big t-shirts for the same reason, a pair of pajama pants and sweats for sleeping in my tan and then just sitting in my tan the next day so that I don't ruin every couch in the Airbnb, some baggy shorts, some bikinis in case we go to the beach after because it's been a minute since I've been to the beach, some outfits for photo shoots. I potentially will be shooting on Saturday or Sunday while I'm there. All of my gym outfits are in here. I should be training Tuesday, Wednesday, potentially Thursday, and then I have a feeling I'm gonna want to train after the show, even though I should be relaxing. I have a feeling I'll want to get one more training session before coming home. I've got all of my casual clothes, outfits for check-ins, for dinner after. I really won't be going anywhere else throughout the week, so it's mostly just comfy clothes, pajamas, and gym clothes. I also brought a big black sheet to protect the linens at the Airbnb so I don't stain those with tan. And that's pretty much it for clothing. I also need to pack my shoes. In my toiletry bag, we've got a loofah to exfoliate before and after my tan, shampoo, body wash, conditioner. In here, I just put my body scrub, makeup remover, dry shampoo. This smells incredible, so good. Mouthwash, face wash, toothpaste, toothbrush, chlorhexidine to strip my skin before I get my tan, lots of cotton swabs and Q-tips because you get so much tan in your ear holes you don't even realize it, that you're cleaning tan out of your ears for like a week after. Hair ties are in here, and then my actual makeup is in here. I will be getting my makeup done for show day, but just everything else I'll need for the week is in here. The usual foundation, concealer, lip balm, new razor head to shave for show day, nail glue just in case, always. These are the lashes I use. I've also been putting them on with just regular lash glue. I'll put this on my lash and then I'll apply these instead of using like the semi-permanent adhesive. I find that just a regular eyelash glue works so much better and they last me a really long time. Pimple patches, because you already know show week stresses you out so much that you just break out. Deodorant, perfume, lotion. Today was my last day using the Vaso Burn for my cardio, so I'm just gonna be bringing the Vaso Dry to put on before training and steps while I'm in Tampa. Curling rod for overnight curls. I will be wearing my hair up again this time. That was definitely a look and I don't think I'm gonna go back from it. I think that is my new signature hairstyle. I loved it so much. So that is all my toiletries that I'm packing. We've arrived at Tampa. We are at the Airbnb. We picked up the rental car. Like I said, I brought a majority of my food with me, but I do still need to go to the grocery store to get a couple of things. First stop, though, was to come to the Airbnb, take my check-ins, take my weight, see if I'm holding any extra water after the flight, and then we have to go get a pump session in too. So that is the plan for the rest of the day. Let's do check-in photos first. Tampa, it is hot. It is humid. We are right on the river. There's a thunderstorm right now. I am not used to this weather, but I'm kind of enjoying it. And there's pretty good natural lighting. We've got a mosquito net up. That's what I was worried about, is because we're so close to the water, I was afraid I was gonna get covered in mosquito bites before going on stage, but it seems like there's not too many bugs, so we should be good. are now training. It is 6 o'clock here, so I did lose a few hours today. I feel like I'm a little bit behind on meals and water, but it's all gonna even out. After today, I'll try and get the jet lag over with, but I am wired. Like I said, I've been up since, technically, I missed my alarm. I was supposed to wake up at 3:30, and I woke up to a phone call from Trevor at like 3:45. Like, hey, you guys coming to pick us up? I'm gonna go in. We are at Powerhouse here in Tampa. Definitely not a lot of gym options in Tampa compared to Vegas. We're definitely spoiled in Vegas with all of the nicest gyms, but this Powerhouse wasn't too far from where I'm staying, so I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna get a back pump. But yeah, I already got my groceries. All I really needed were some things for Thursday, some muffins I got some pineapple, I got some ground beef, just a few little things, some water, cold brew, just some things I'll need, but for the most part I packed everything with me, so we're all settled in. We're gonna go get this pump. We're gonna go train back. Back and arm day at Powerhouse is complete. I've never traveled for a show, so there's always the concern of water retention from flying, but honestly, I do feel like I get drier when I fly, even though I've been hydrating. I'm drinking 200 ounces of water a day right now, but I definitely felt really, really dry. I sent some videos of me posing in between training over to Tolga. He says we're looking good. We might need some extra carbs tomorrow to fill me out, but we're on a good track. So I'm gonna head back now to the Airbnb, have another meal, and then, like I said, I'm loving this weather. So I think I'm probably gonna do cardio outside, go for a walk, get a good sweat on. But yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the day. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday. We are 2 days out from the Tampa Pro. Yesterday, after I did my pump workout, I had a couple more meals. I went for a 30-minute walk around the neighborhood. And today, we are ready to load. So last night, took my check-in photos, checked my weight, everything running smoothly. So I flushed water pretty well. I'm looking super dry, looking super flat. We're ready to carb up today. We were considering just carbing up on Thursday, but I will probably need 2 days to fill. So today we're gonna be eating a lot, and I'm very excited for that. But first, check-in photos. Posing done, weight has hit a new low, sipping on my cold brew. Let's have meal one. Meal one, starting with a bit more cold brew. This is actually really good. And then I have some steak. I've got my trusty travel scale. And picked up some pineapple yesterday. And a bagel. Very excited. We're gonna be loading around close to 500 grams of carbs today, so it's gonna be pretty crazy. It's gonna be a good day of eating, but this is meal one. Sent all my check-in information, took my supplements. Food is going down. Also just measuring out my salt for the day. Cheers to Tampa Peak Week. All right, just getting back in the car after doing some cardio just on the treadmill, incline walking. And then I posed a little bit after. And I want you guys to do me a favor. Pause the video right now. Go back, rewind a little bit. Count how many times I talked about mosquitoes. And how, oh, I'm not seeing any. I don't think I'll get any bites. I'll be fine. I am covered in mosquito bites. I have at least 10 that I can visibly see. So I'm pissed about that. I don't think it'll show up. Like, it won't be too obvious with the stage tan as long as I don't scratch them and get them inflamed. But I have a lot of mosquito bites, so that's annoying. That's why I'm going to be coming to the gym to do my steps from now on. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to walk outside, even if I can't see the mosquitoes. There are a lot. So, lesson learned. Let's go home, check our blood sugar, call coach, and take some check-in photos and see what meal 2 will be. All right, I waited a little bit for my glucose to come down, but it is time for meal 2. We've got some cod, a little bit of pineapple, and then I've got the cream of rice flavor gang. This is the Biscoff flavor, and in here I also have peanut butter and honey, so very excited for that. That's meal 2. We're gonna do some more posing after, and then we'll see what else I eat today. All right, we did a couple rounds of posing. My blood sugar is dropping rapidly. It's time for meal 3. We just got some cod, another blueberry bagel, this time with a little bit of honey. I am currently just chilling in bed. Feet are elevated. We're just gonna take it easy until I do have a pre-workout meal, and then I'm gonna go back to the gym, get a full body pump. But for now, we just rest and relax. Wait to pose, do a few rounds, get my blood sugar down, get my muscles pumped, and then we're gonna eat my pre-workout meal. I do feel like I'm getting tighter with each meal, so I'm gonna do maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 more rounds, and then let's go eat. I'm gonna be heading to the gym in about 40 minutes, so it's time for my pre-workout meal, which I've been looking forward to the most today. Smoked salmon and a blueberry muffin. Should give me a nasty pump. We're gonna get this in, and then I'm gonna try and film a little bit of it. that was my very last training day before my pro debut. Tomorrow we're just resting. Today I went over to the MI40 gym. It was actually really nice. It wasn't too busy. All the equipment's nice, new, and clean. So I filmed a few of the exercises I did. I pretty much got a full body pump, around 2 exercises per body part. But right now I have to head over to the Airbnb that Amanda and Levy and Dom is over at because I ordered some self-tanner to do my own tan, and it is not going to be here in time. So I'm hoping I can snag some base coat off of them so I can build up my tan tonight, and then by tomorrow I should get my own tan, and I'll be doing that myself. But Tolga will be able to get in tonight and help me put that on. So I'm gonna head over to their Airbnb really quick, say hello to everyone, and I'll be with you guys soon. Okay, just got home, cooked up some filet mignon, and it is time for our next meal. I've got some jasmine rice in there, some filet, and then I also get 15 grams of honey on top. This is my post-workout meal. Delicious. I'm gonna eat this, shower, probably pose, and then we've got one more meal. Final meal for the night. I have one blueberry bagel. This side has some smoked salmon on it. And with this one, I've got peanut butter and honey. This is my final meal for this day of carb loading. Tomorrow should be more moderate, but it really is going to depend on how I look. So we will see how I look tomorrow, and that's all for tonight. Morning, guys. We are one day out. It's Thursday. Tomorrow I make my pro debut. We've got Coach Tolga here. He made it to Tampa.
A lot more lines. A lot more lines.
Yeah.
Yep. Here, here, here.
I'm covered in mosquito bites. 1, 2, this is maybe so dry. 3, 4, 5, I'm covered.
Did you get a hot spoon?
There's an entire line on my back of mosquito bites. Check-in photos are done. Now it's time for some coffee. We are looking tighter. All the food that I had yesterday loaded. Tolga thinks we probably need more carbs even today. He is here in person. So he's going to take a look at how I loaded yesterday, and we will see how much I am going to load today. Meal 1 going down, we've got some cream of rice, protein, honey, peanut butter, and a little bit of pineapple. We're starting with wet carbs today, and then we're going to be doing dry and dirty carbs to see how they fill me up, because I did come in a little bit flatter, a little bit tighter this morning, so another big day of eating ahead of us. Checked my blood sugar about an hour after my first meal. It was around 126. I just posed for 5 rounds or so, and it dropped down to 69. So it's time to eat again. Super responsive today. So we've got some filet mignon, some pineapple, and 1 blueberry bagel. And then we're gonna run to the store. We'll get a few more things we will need today. Picked up a little bit more filet mignon. I'm going to be eating red meat today. I also get a burger later, so we will be getting that from one of the fast food places here. What's this for?
Quinine.
For cramping?
Yep. Quinine hydrochloride. This has got sucralose in it. This is going to make you. Yeah, we'll go with this one.
This one or this one? Or berry? Okay, we're about to go ahead to check-ins, but I'm about to have my next meal. Steak, pineapple, bagel. All right, we have made it to the venue. We are at the Hyatt Grand Regency here in Tampa. It is a beautiful venue. We're right on the pool here. They're setting up the expo for tomorrow. There's going to be show sponsors set up with tables, but I'm about to check in about 15 minutes. And then, unfortunately, the tan that I ordered to the Airbnb is not going to make it in time. So I was able to sign up with the show tan sponsor. So I have a tanning appointment at 1:45. Kind of unfortunately, I was hoping not to have to sit and tan all day and to maybe get one more shower in, but that was my last shower for the weekend. So I do get a coat of tan after I check in. And then we're pretty much done for today. We just chill, eat, relax. That's the plan. Okay, guys, we are back from check-ins. That was extremely exciting. I got my number. We're number 136. I got my tan. They gave us a goodie bag. Got a nice little bucket cap. Oh, 2 for the beach, maybe. Gave us a t-shirt. A shaker, energy drink, my badge. What is this? They're caffeine pouches.
Oh, what?
They're like, but no tobacco, no nicotine. It's just caffeine pouches. That seems ridiculous. Okay. Ooh, that's so cool. Little memorabilia, protein samples, energy drink. So exciting. That was definitely very different check-in process compared to the NPC check-ins. Feels like it was run much more smoothly, much more planned and prepared. You can tell that there's just a different caliber to these pro events. Stage looks amazing. Oh, I'm excited. It's a very exciting time. I'm starving. I'm about to have another meal. Next meal, we've got a bagel and some smoked salmon. I mentioned today's meals are going to be dry and dirty carbs, so that means this stack of rice cakes, some peanut butter, some jam on these, and then a little bit of whey with a minimal amount of water. We're doing this because right now we want to pull all the water from my body into the muscles, so by feeding dehydrated carbs rather than something like rice or cream of rice that have water in them, I space those towards the beginning of the day, but something like bread, rice cakes, things that require water to properly absorb is going to pull the water out from under the skin, and that is the goal here with this meal. So I'm going to eat this, and then we're going to get into our dirty carbs later. Can I do the Culver Deluxe double? No onion.
$3.30.
Okay, thank you. Okay guys, you heard that correctly. We're getting a double cheeseburger and fries. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I've heard a lot about Culver's being good. I've never tried it before, so we're gonna try Culver's, and then we're gonna go over and see our friends and just hang out a little bit for the rest of the night. It's not better than In-N-Out.
I'm sure.
I give it.
I never like heard of it.
Yeah, no, people were saying it's comparable to In-N-Out. I give this
I like Five Guys.
a 5 out of 10. Five Guys would be an 8 out of 10 for me, and In-N-Out's a 10 out of 10. So this is a 5, but it's still okay.
Five Guys is consistent, which I like. You get the same shit like every year.
Alright, we just did some rounds of posing, and it is time for our final meal of the night. The burger did its job. We're looking pretty freaky. But right now, we're just going to finish off the night with some cod. We've got 5 rice cakes, and then some peanut butter and jelly. Some pineapple, and loads of salt. This is my final meal. And tomorrow's show day, so good night, and I'll see you guys then. Good morning, guys. It is show day. I am back at the hotel venue. I'm getting my makeup done. I have 5 minutes to get to my appointment at 5 o'clock, and then hair is right after, and then tan. But we're up, we're ready. It's fucking show day. Right, it is 6 a.m. Hair and makeup are done. I'll give you guys a better look when I get some light, but right now, I'm heading to go get my second coat of tan on, and then we're gonna go back to the Airbnb. I should have time to get a meal in before we come back and get ready for prejudging.
Oh, yes, what the fuck? Wait. Whoa. That's not cool. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Time for meal one. In Tolga's words, we are feeding me like a... What'd you say? A horse? Feeding me like a horse today. Smoked salmon, bagel, honey, rice cakes, peanut butter. Been sipping on some black coffee. This is meal one. What is up? We are back from prejudging. I just made my pro debut. That was extremely nerve-wracking. No matter how many times I practiced posing or envisioned stepping on that stage, nothing it was gonna beat those nerves. I was definitely very nervous going up there, but that was super fun. That was crazy. That was a surreal experience. It's still not processed that I just made my pro debut, and it's probably not gonna process until after this weekend because things have been moving so fast. But I'm really happy with my look up on stage. We're looking at maybe 4th place. There's really no telling. I think that they're gonna move us around they really put us through our rounds and compared us quite a few times. But yeah, I did end up in maybe the 4th place standings at Prejudging, so we will see after finals. But I'm super happy with the package that I brought, from going from an amateur 2 weeks ago to stepping on this pro stage. I think that I brought a competitive physique, and I'm really proud to have been standing up there next to competitors I've been doing this for years and that I look up to and can only hope to compete against again one day, hopefully on the Olympia stage at some point. But this is just the beginning. That is the start of my pro career as a women's bodybuilder. But right now we just need to chill, relax. I'm just doing a couple more rounds of posing before I eat again, but we're looking good. All right, you guys saw meal 1. Meal 2, before I got on stage, I just had a Rice Krispie treat, a peanut butter cup, and some salt. And now we are ready for the next meal. Rice cakes, peanut butter, jelly, some now solidified whey drip. Still sipping on a bit of cold brew. And that is meal 3, technically. All right, we are headed back to the venue for finals. They start in 50 minutes, and I'm about to have a chocolate chip muffin before getting back on stage. Excited. Guys, we did it. My pro debut is complete. It was a very good showing. I'm extremely proud of the package I brought in, the way I tightened up from my pro card win into this week, coming in with a competitive physique, enough to get me 4th place out of 7. So for that being my first pro show, I'm very happy with that placing, competing against other pros now, so it gives me an idea of where I stack up. Now I know what I need to work on, and that concludes my 2025 competition season. That will be my last show for this year. That was the plan all along, to get my pro card, make my pro debut, take some time off, come back, and show the world what the Phenom is capable of. This is just the beginning. Like I said, it's the very start of my pro career as a women's bodybuilder. I'm very excited to improve. I'm excited to come with an even more competitive package next year. I know what I need to work on. I know what I need to bring, and I plan on bringing it. That is going to be it for this vlog. So thank you guys so much for following along on this entire journey this year. I will continue to make videos, but for now, I am going to enjoy the glory and just the accomplishments I've made this year and kind of take some time to reflect on it. And I will be back with some off-season training, some growth phase day in the life vlogs, so be sure to stay tuned for those. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support. I love you all, and have a wonderful rest of your day.